All right, beam in, open, beam in.
All right, guys,
Right up
so
here. Open,
Wednesday's
beam in.
race, Rodeo Cross, was super awesome. I was a little nervous starting out. I got a 30-mile warm-up before the race. We're starting off now. I was having trouble getting clipped in here, and the guys were kind of taking off, so that's why I wasn't really right there. Got my buddy Brandon Van Cleve on the left in the DRS 24/7 kit, directly on the left. And right here, we're with everybody, so I'm kind of like a little nervous, just because, you know, I'm not like super aggressive. I'm just trying to like deal with like the bumps of the road and whatnot. I haven't done a lot of cyclocross races, but here we're just going through the actual rodeo grounds itself. And it's a little bit of straightaway, and then we're going around these round turns. They're not super sharp, but you know, I got to pre-ride the course 2 times before this race. And I know I said that we were gonna do power on the next race. I just want you guys to know that I literally spent all day on Thursday trying to not only set up Garmin Verb, which I did, and it was totally easy. I was having issues with the video getting put on my computer because for some reason it said my GoPro was empty, so I had to sync everything to my phone through the app and then airdrop it to my computer, which took a while because they're like 11 minutes and 18-second clips. And then airdrop it, and then when I got it all onto the computer, I was having trouble overlaying because I rode from home and back, and it was a 5-hour, 43-minute elapsed time, and I rode for 3 hours, 30 minutes, and then so overlaying the power was really hard to determine where it was on the map because I had pre-rode the course, and there was all these zigzags on the course. So it was super stressful, and I thought I got close a couple times, but it ended up I was nowhere near it. So no power this time. Next time I'll just start a new ride when I do the race so you can see it. Coming up to the hurdle, I really wanted to try to bunny hop hurdles at Rodeo Cross because it was a good practice, but it was a complete U-turn, so didn't get to test that theory out. Next we're gonna go left, we're gonna go up this hill. So as I come up to Brandon and I go to pass him, my foot comes unclipped because I'm standing up pedaling out of the saddle. And that's why I'm laughing, because I came unclipped and then Brandon just went around me. So going around this next left turn, and then as we head into the bark, I try to go around Brandon a little bit, but he like moves over, so you know, just I overthought like certain things during this race, and I was like, oh, maybe you should have just went for it instead of not going for it. And then here you go, you got a guy on a mountain bike passing me. But as you can see, eventually he kind of burns out. But we're going along the backside of the course, so we're going sidewalk, and we're about to hop down into the single track, which is pretty dope. It's like a foresty area, so we're going through here, and then you get moving really good right here, and then you got to hit a brake and go around this turn and do a complete 180. But it was kind of cool, if you slow down before, you can actually take speed and it would grip the turn and you can go through it pretty smoothly. It was pretty rad. And then up here last year there was like quicksand around this turn, so it was like a little bit harder to ride. This year's a little harder, like packed sand. And then last year we would go right there, but this year we went left. And we're gonna go up, and then we take this little like grassy, like leafy section, all really hard packed, and back around. And then up here on the left, we got Stefan Fuller, who's Robert Fuller's son from Michael David Winery. They have a CX team actually, so I race for Michael David Winery. But the CX team is the Freak Show team, so they have Freak Show jerseys. They're pretty cool. I think they're awesome. I would love to have a Freak Show skin suit. It'd be pretty dope. Alright, just drop down, and then now we're gonna go here. This is where the beer handouts are. We go down the dip and around. Everybody's handing out beer handouts. Not quite yet, because this is the first lap of the race and it's still early in the night. They still have A races after us. So I'm racing the Open Bees race onto the gravel, and now it's just full power. So it's just kind of like doing a gravel fire road. Just trying to gain some spots here before we get back into the tighter section, and we're gonna go and hop up onto the grass. So here we go onto the little dirt, and then we go into the grass, and then on the left we got kids playing soccer after school, doing soccer practice, and we're over here hammering it out. This guy on the mountain bike's killing it, by the way. Just doing pretty good. So right now I'm like riding with these dudes. I'm feeling good, and I guess I'm just trying to find where to make my moves, and I'm kind of second guessing. So the one thing I really liked actually lately is doing the cyclocross races is getting to watch my race, and then I watch it and I'm like, wow, I was thinking this in the race, but watching my mistakes and saying, oh, what can I do next time to improve? How can I learn from this? It's really cool. I think it's actually awesome. It's boring footage for the most part, honestly. I know people want to see longer videos, and I know that you guys probably do enjoy watching this, but watching this over and over, having to edit it, and then, I mean, to me, it's like once you see me go around once or twice, it's kind of boring, so that's why edited versions are good. But I feel like I wanted to try these race breakdowns, just because I feel like for any of you that haven't raced or have raced, you know the challenge, or you're interested in the challenge, and you're kind of living it through what I just did. So it's kind of cool to share it with you guys. And I've never really gotten to do this. I've gotten to share clips from races and stuff, but I've never gotten to show like full-on experience. So this is unedited, not like the last cyclocross race where we edited it. That guy just flew by the way. And I'm just gonna go a full 39-minute race with you guys. So for those of you that can sit around and do it, you can sit here and talk with me. And if you guys have any questions about any of this, let me know. So here we come. We're going back in through what we started with. This is everything we rode when we started, and it'll lead back around to the start line before the hurdle. So altogether, this whole ride was 3 hours 35 minutes-ish, around 3:30, and I rode up to Folsom Bike and got a new derailleur hanger. They had ordered it for me because mine was bent on the Giant, and I'm gonna put that on when I get my bike tuned up here shortly. And then I rode over to the excuse me, I rode over to the race. So I got a 30-mile warm-up before this race. I actually felt really good because I put some efforts in before. Many people would think that that's too much to ride before a race, but it was a super good warm-up, and I felt a lot better than I did on Saturday. Saturday I blew up. Not that I didn't blow up in this race. So Saturday I hit my max heart rate of 185 beats per minute, and then I averaged that for 20 minutes. In this race, I averaged 181 beats per minute for 20 minutes, but I hit a new max heart rate of 191. So I feel like I've maxed that out back in the day when I first started cycling. When I first started racing the first year, I was getting like 195, 200 quite often in sprints in the summer, but I haven't seen anything like that in a long time, and I haven't been racing a ton and stuff. But I was talking with somebody, and they said as you get older, your heart rate, your max heart rate isn't as high. I haven't looked into that, but that's what I was told. To an extent, it gets lower as you get older. So I'm following this dude up the hill. Had a good motion up this, and then up here we got Ashley taking photos right there. She got a shot. It's actually the shot that I used for my thumbnail for this video. So thank you, Ashley, that was awesome. And then I try to go around this dude, and then right here I was just like, hey, on your right. And then I think there's gonna be a dude coming on the left right here. I can't really remember. I just remember trying to pass him, and then I didn't, but I guess that wasn't right here. So I passed the dude. We're gonna hop back into this dirt section. I really like this section a lot. This whole back section is just really cool, and the diversity of this course is rad. I feel like this course catered to the way I like to ride more than Saturday did. Saturday was all over the place. It was grassy, it was slippery, and this is a little bit more of a, I would say, a beginner course for myself. I don't know if it's considered a beginner's course. There's a lot of people riding it, but it was pretty fun. I had a lot of fun riding it, and I actually did, I think, pretty decent. I don't know what place I got. I don't really care, but I know that I was right behind the lead pack, so it was a huge improvement from Saturday. So for this race also, I think my best 20-minute power was 285, which isn't super high, I think my FTP like a couple months ago, when I first started testing out the power meter just from doing the river rides and stuff. I mean, that was on a river ride, so it was actually like on the road just putting out power. 321, 317, and then I think 321 was the next one. Pretty cool for not like watching my power. But out here, 285 was my 20-minute power, and I'm assuming it was in the race. And then for the whole 5 hours, sorry, not 5 hours, I didn't ride for 5 hours, I rode for 3.5. For the whole 3.5 hours, I averaged 247 watts, which I feel like is pretty good for a 3.5 hour ride. I mean, it's not like I was like going out and hammering, but that means I was just probably riding at tempo, if not more. I averaged 151 heart rate for the whole 3.5 hour ride. That's a little on the higher side for me. Usually it's 130s, 140s, and my max was 191 in the race. But I felt super solid. Even riding home after this race in the dark, it was pretty cool. I got to ride home with Brandon Van Cleve, Jordan, Ollie from Rio Strada, and another gentleman, I forgot his name. It was Ollie's buddy. He was on his mountain bike. It was super cool, good gang, and I just had a really great time. But so back to the race. I know I was kind of rambling, but I don't know what else to do for 39 minutes. We're only 11 minutes in. This guy right here is a machine. This guy up here in the blue is on a Yeti gravel bike or cross bike, and me and him were kind of just like going at it. So right now I'm like following him and I'm just watching him. I'm like kind of racing with him in a way. I'm like watching it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna like try and make a move on this guy so that I can get faster, because I don't see the leaders. They're already gone. But they're not that far, but they're up there. And so I'm riding with this dude, and there's times where like I'm gonna be getting up with him here soon, and in like a lap or so, and we'll get there when we get there. But so I'm kind of just like riding as hard as I can without blowing up, because I am feeling it, because we hit it really hard at the beginning. But I'm also trying to catch this guy and use him as like a carrot, you know. I'm trying to get to the next carrot. And all right, so we're here, we're back in the U-turn, back into the rodeo. And I think I am gonna gain a little bit on him, because I took that turn with little to no brake, and I think he slowed down a lot to go in there, or he's really tired, one or the other. So here I come, I'm coming up on him, and I'm trying to figure out how to pass him. But it's kind of hard, because I mean, I could just go around, but there's this nice little line right here on the inside that I didn't get to take on the first lap. And so I'm just kind of sitting behind him, trying to figure out where I can go. And also, anybody else out here that watches my videos race cross? Because I don't know how common it is for everybody to race cross. I'm excited to do it again. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna get to race next weekend. I got scheduled to work. I don't usually work in the morning on Saturday, so I just, you know, thought it would be good to go. But I got scheduled to work in the morning, so I'm not gonna get to do the Miller Park race like I thought I did, which I was kind of bummed out about, because I don't know any other cyclocross races before the 17th of November, which is next month. It's like the 14th right now. I don't want to wait another month to do a cyclocross race, so I'm gonna have to look into that tomorrow. But all right, so here I come I'm trying to go on the inside of this dude, and I don't know if I actually get him. He's like right there. That bike is dope, by the way. It's a Yeti. Yetis are really nice bikes. I didn't know they even had a gravel bike. It's pretty tight. Or I guess we consider it a cyclocross bike. But so he kind of like accelerated a little bit and got it back up in front of me. Man, I'm already getting bored watching this. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. Let me know down below if this is too long, or if I should do this but edit it down, edited version, after I get all the stats, and just save some spots that are exciting. So here we go over, and I'm getting yelled at by Tony, and just it's funny. I'm over here like dissecting my ride, giving myself a hard time, and Tony's yelling at me. Love the guy, he's super awesome. Tony's the founder of DRS 24/7. So here I go on the left side of this dude, and I just had a better climb than him. I think he was a little tired, so I got ahead, and Ashley's over here snapping photos. Bam! I think that's the one she got of me for the picture, actually. Over the gravel. And this is where I tried to take the lead on this dude, but I was a little tired, and I just kept it going as best as I could. Go around this chick, and just start motoring down. We're gonna pass the little dude. The dude on the Yeti is right behind me, like no joke. A couple times I would like look under my arm, like kind of just look down at the handlebars and just peek under and just see he was like right there. I got a little gap for a second, but he was there. He didn't let me out of his sight. Took it kind of fast right here because I was just really trying to like get a lead on this guy because I mean the leaders are gone. Took this turn a little slow, but you know it happens. All right, up and over the hump. And around the turn onto the backside. I think that dude right there just took the picture. It looked like his shirt looked familiar, the logo on it. This guy from Bixel Media. I believe his name's Aaron, and it's Bixxel Media. I started following him on Instagram. He was at the race. I think that was him. I haven't met him yet, but we were messaging back and forth. Seems like a nice dude. Stoked that he was out taking photos. All right, here we go. Around the dirt, trying to get around this dude. And then got it, and then we're gonna go down. We start to descend down. This is a little sketchy of an area, just going down right here, and then it's like loose rock. So you're trying to not run into the tape. Got really close to it almost every time. And then you drop down here. And then this little spot right here, there's rocks where you drop down. You can't really see them, but you would hop into that and then go around. I was just trying not to run into the tree. I missed a handout. I was getting so much crap for not taking handouts. I don't drink, but you know, just take a handout. It's like a shot of beer, but still, they're like, Remy, just take a handout. And then right here, I just tried to go for it. I really tried to hammer it right here. Not my hardest. I went harder on a couple of the other laps, but really tried to get a good pace here, but the dude was like right on my tail. Like I said, he wouldn't let me go. And then went on their left. I wanted to get by these guys. Hopped over this. And then on the grass, I wasn't really hammering it. I probably could have went harder, but it was like my time to kind of recover. I was just having like a nice high cadence, not like no effort, but like a higher cadence big time, and just being super smooth and consistent, so I wasn't working really hard. There was tree stumps, and it wasn't super smooth. And then trying to get around this dude, oh, okay, I passed him. I wasn't sure. There's a guy on a mountain bike I was trying to pass, and it was just really hard to get around. So when I went around this right here, I remember looking under my arm, and the dude was still there, and I was like, damn, when's this guy gonna try to pass me? Well, not quite yet. But I was trying to take all these turns with like no brakes. Like this one, I was getting to where I could take it really wide and then cut the corner without using the brake. But the guy still was like just really good. His handling skills were really good. So we take this turn. This one was a really good turn too. You didn't really have to use any brake, but then it was super tight, and then you turn right here. Really cool course. Shout out to Frank and everyone who did the rodeo cross and who is doing it still. We have 2 more left. This Wednesday is a bye week, so no rodeo cross, and then the following 2 weeks will be rodeo cross. All right, so here we go on the straightaway back towards the parking lot. This is officially 2 laps, so we're 18 minutes in. You guys bored yet? We got 21 minutes left. Oh man. All right, so here we go. U-turn. I feel like I got this turn down to where I knew I wasn't gonna slip out, and I was just able to take it. Like, look at no brakes, just super smooth turn. I feel like I was taking the 180 pretty well. I got to where I was trying to take all of these turns also with pedaling through with a nice amount of power, and just not use any brakes through any of this, but I was still tapping a little bit on the brakes. But I also didn't let any pressure out of my tires like I said I was in the vlog. If you guys watched the vlog, I'll leave the link down below. I vlogged this without any of the race footage. And when I was after I warmed up 2 laps, I took the course fine with 40 PSI. I have 40 PSI on my tires. I was thinking about just opening the nozzle and just tapping it 2 or 3 times just to let a little bit out so I had a little more cushion riding like this stuff, because it is bumpy and hard. But I didn't. I ran out of time. I seen a bunch of buddies show up and decided that I was just going to go with it because I ran out of time. But I rode it pretty good, but it was a little like bumpy on the bumps. All right, so I'm about to, I think this is the turn. We're gonna go around one more time actually. There's the finish line on the left-hand side. We're gonna go down and turn right and go all the way around one more time to the finish line. So I'm really going for it. So this girl right here is Dan's daughter. Dan, He's also on DRS 24/7. His daughter's out here riding the cross bike, shredding it. I'm not sure of her name. I haven't met her. But Dan's a monster. He races single speed CX, and dude just won yesterday at the Bass Lake CX. He won the single speed, and Robbie, my good buddy Robbie, he got 3rd place, which is really cool to see them both on the podium. So here we go, over the podium, and then I jump back on, and I'm feeling it right now. There he goes. He got me right there. He had a better like acceleration out of the hurdle, because I was stuck in a higher gear. I forgot to switch into an easier gear before I did the hurdle, and then he got a really nice like acceleration up the climb. He had a better gear, and I was kind of feeling it actually from trying to hammer it. And then right here he kind of doesn't motor away, but he's got a good gap. I mean, he's like, this is a wide angle GoPro, but he's got like 2 bike lengths on me, which isn't too much, you know. I'm right there, but he goes around this turn and I'm kind of feeling it a little bit, and then he goes around this dude, and I don't know if I catch him. Let's see if I catch him before I hop down. I might actually. I think I decided to just try to like hammer it really hard and be like, hey, on your left. There we go. Yeah, I was just like, I just hammered it, and I went down this like actually really fast and kind of got scared because of the tree. So I'm like moving right now, and he starts to get a lead, but I feel like I was catching him here for a second, but I'm not sure I accelerated quite well out of this. Okay, that wasn't too bad. But so I'm like, okay, I'm still in the contention with this dude. But then as we go U-turn right here, there's gonna be a couple of mountain bikers. We got the little kid, that was no big deal. And then as we go around this turn right here, I think there's like a couple of guys on mountain bikes. There we go. And I'm glad to watch this right now, because when I was in the race, I was like, oh, I don't want to go around. There's nowhere to go around, and I didn't want to risk it. So I'm here stuck behind these guys, and I was like, I guess I could have squeezed tightly, but if I would have went up on the left, then I would have been crunched right here on the turn, and I could have slipped out. So I didn't do it. And then we're riding here, and then we're gonna drop down. So the dude dropped me right here. I got stuck behind these dudes. The dude dropped me. It's not an excuse. It's what happened. And I just decided not to go for it. These guys, here we go, and then he's gonna go for a beer handout. So I'm like trying to go by, but it's not super wide. It's a little tight. He's over here, you know, he's having a good time. It's cool. So we go around this turn, and by the time, look at the dude's gone. He's like way over on the left of the screen. If you've seen him, a really blue dot. And so he's already gone. I'm like, okay, I gotta get past these guys. This is Lauren. This girl's a monster. She rides a lot, just smashing it out. So I'm over here just like hammering it. I got a good speed going, and I'm just trying to catch this dude on the Yeti. My one dude I'm racing with at the moment. And he's gone. I mean, where is he? He's gone. He's up there. You can see him kind of, but he's gone. And man, yeah, so now basically, you know, we're on lap 3, and I'm just hammering it without trying to blow up. I'm feeling it right now. I think this is where I went really hard on this lap. After I got blocked behind those guys, I was really trying to chase this dude. And these turns, no more brakes. I was just going for it. I was like, you know what, you can take these turns. You're not gonna slip out. It's not slippery. And I'm just trying to go as fast as I can around these turns and maintain without blowing up. I'm not going super fast, but I'm going pretty hard considering the turns. So working my way back around, taking it really tight. As you can see, I was like right on the tape, trying to just cut every inch so that I can just get in there nice and deep, you know. Oh man. All right, last turn, hitting up the straightaway, and I just started hammering it, trying to take it right on the edge. And really thought like I could catch this guy. I never gave up. I really never gave up in this race. That was one thing I was super proud of, is I felt like I pretty much went full gas almost the whole race, and without any like doubt in my mind. Like, I knew that I wasn't catching the winner, but I never gave up. I was just going as hard as I could to just try to get the best place possible, because I just told myself that I couldn't have that switch. Not this race. I couldn't give up. So came through the UE, jumped in, and who do we got here? We got some, oh, I don't know who that is, actually. I thought I knew who that was. Got this dude here on Mike's bikes, and he's got a Camelback on. Probably rode out from far away, maybe, a kid. And yeah, just making my way around. Dude motored off on the Yeti. Super strong dude. Don't know the dude, but well done, man. Got some people here just out having fun. I'm not sure. So I wasn't sure I did super well in the Bs. I don't think there was that many people actually in front of me in the front group, but there was a few. But a couple of people reached out and said that I had lapped them in the race, which was crazy because I didn't know I was going that fast. So, I mean, I think I did pretty well. I mean, if you're lapping somebody in a race, you're doing something right, I guess, you know? But, yeah, so as I got here, I just realized there was a lot of stragglers, so I was just trying to go around everybody. And just keep at it. I think, so we're on our third lap at this point, and I believe there's 2 laps left. We're gonna go around the finish line soon and we'll know. 13 minutes, so yeah, I think that there is 2 laps left, because I think that it's about 7-8 minute laps, but let's see. Going around the last turn for the straightaway. And we might be able to see it. I go around these dudes because I want to get over the hurdles without being in the way. We go through 2 laps to go. So there's 2 more laps, guys. Bear with me. Alright, so going over the hurdle, trying to get around these dudes. And so right here, if you can hear me, I said, what do you want me to do? Because Tony's like, what the hell, Shawn? He's got a 26-second gap on you. And I'm already over here beating myself up because I can't catch this guy on the Yeti, and Tony's over here telling me he has a 26-second gap. Well, after the race, Tony heard me telling that story to somebody, and he's like, you thought I was serious? I was just joking, giving you a hard time. I was just talking shit. Here's Ted. You guys remember Ted? Ted was a dude in front of me on the West Sac race. Super strong dude. It was cool to see him out there again. Ted's really rad. Back to the race, passing this dude, told him to have fun, and back into the back section. It's starting to get a little dark. I think it's like not legal to have lights on. I didn't have my lights on my bike, but I mean, it was pretty light still when I was racing, but at the A race, it was dark. Right here, man, I was flying. I was literally, there's the guy in the blue actually. See, he wasn't that far. He was going up already, but I really tried to hit it right here and then like almost went into the fence, so I had to slow down. I really wanted to catch that guy. Oh man, I was a little tired right here. I remember having 2 laps to go on the backside, and I was like, man, stay focused. Don't make a mistake and crash. Because I was trying to gamble a little bit and go a little faster on some of these turns, especially through here. There's a couple of slippery spots up around, not this turn right here. There's the guy, the Yeti. Not around this turn, but as you would come around this, there'd be some leaves and you'd kind of slide. But you're able to take this pretty hard. It wasn't like super soft or anything. I don't think the Yeti had a 26-second lead. I think it was more of like a 8 to 10-second lead, but it was enough to not catch him towards the end. So, spoiler alert. Oh, man. Whew. Down. I think there might be some people partying here now. There's a lot of people. It might have been that one where somebody was like, Remy, just take a handout. But they're all getting ready for the A race. That little area got pretty packed after the B race was done. Everybody was watching the A's. All right, so here we come. Full gas, trying to hammer right here. I think this is probably my hardest straightaway that I did. Just trying to catch. And then I just yell inside on this dude, because I want to make it. There's that pole there. And then up and onto the dirt, hopping. Someone yells at me right here. I think it was Brandon Van Cleve was just yelling at me. And then trying to go around these dudes. It's really bumpy. There's a lot of tree stumps in this flat, like straight section right here. There's like maybe like 6 tree stumps right there. There's a couple. And then this is the guy on the mountain bike that I thought we were gonna run into earlier. We don't run into him, but I was really trying to pick where I can go around him and find the right spot. He had decent lines, but I was just like, man, I need to go around this dude. but I got a little squiggly right there, so I started to think like, oh, you know what, where can I go? So I just decided to go right here and go kind of fast, and then I took this turn super wide, but I still made it around. I made it. So, you know, you don't know until you try. So the whole thing with CX is it's super repetitive. Unless you're up in the action and you're racing for places, you're kind of doing the same thing over and over. You're doing that even if you are racing for places, but most of you will probably be like, damn, this is hella boring. Well, you got me to sit here and keep you company. So you do have to go around people that are getting lapped, and that counts as a race. So, I mean, you know, like, there's also people chasing me. There was 30 plus people chasing me. The race was pretty big, you know, because it was open Bs, 35, 45, maybe 55 Bs too. There was a lot of people racing the Bs race, a lot. So I think there was also Cs behind us, but we started first. So I go around this dude, realize I wasn't gonna pass this dude before we make the turn. This dude takes the inside, or no, I stayed behind, but then I took the inside, okay. I thought maybe that I went around. But through here, once I got back here, I was kind of feeling refreshed a little bit and just really tried to like hammer and go through, because I knew that there was only gonna be one lap left when I go through, and I really wanted to make that lap count. Let's see if we can see the Yeti guy. Where's the dude on the Yeti? All these turns. See how smooth I'm going through? I'm barely using brake, I'm just going. I don't even know if I am even using brake, actually, now going around the turns. With these guys, I use a brake a little bit right here. I was trying to like decide whether I was gonna go on the outside or inside, and decided I go on the inside. It's like I remember the whole motion of this. But it's a super fun race. I know I've already said that a bunch, but I'm kind of running out of stuff to talk about. But we're almost there. I didn't catch the Yeti. I took my eyes off the camera, so have you guys seen him? He already went by. We got a few more turns before I actually hit the start line again and hit the final lap. It's starting to get dark. There's not much light out, but we do have lights here. It's just the backside that's pretty dark. So we got another guy from Lodi right here we're coming up on. I'm not quite sure who that is. I think that's actually Anthony. That might have been Anthony. He told me I lapped him. That might be Anthony. He's got a larger frame. It's probably him. All right, here we go. One lap to go. One to go. One to go. One to go. One to go. Up and over the hurdle. Really cutting the corner on that, trying to get around these dudes. These guys they're tired, they're chilling. I'm trying to take the turns nice and tight and up and over the hill, trying to just get around these guys before we get into the tighter stuff. Not sure if I got around these guys until we go around the backside. All right, here we go, left side. And just trying to get around this dude before we go into the back section. This turn was a little tight, not too bad. I mean, if you're with people, it's tight. So, here we go. Yeah, I think I called out right side, so he let me go by. Oh, there we go. There's the dude just flying by. Dude was smashing. I forgot about that guy passing me. Dude was smashing hard. But I think I might catch up to him. I'm not sure. He might totally leave me. I totally forgot about that dude, but we might be going at it here and there. I might pass him. I think he like passed me like super hard and then gets tired, but we shall see. We'll leave it a mystery. I took the right side on that hump. Usually I was taking the left side. It wasn't that bad. Quick U-turn up along the playground. As you can see, it's getting dark. It's blurry with all the lights. Can't see super well, but it's not like insanely hard to see. But you really had to focus. This is a time where you really had to focus and pay attention, because you can make a small mistake and it could cost you a big price. Alright, so it looks like the guy's getting a little bit of a gap on me. looks like he passed somebody. So I think right here I tried to go around and I might have passed because I didn't want the same thing to happen last time with the mountain bikers. And the guy got a little bit of a gap. He might leave me. But I think that he gets tired on the outside, and I'm like I said, I try to go full gas, getting yelled at, trying to get a handout. I try to take this faster than I had any lap. This was probably my fastest section through this. I really did not want this guy to leave me because I felt pretty good on this last lap, and I come out going hard. I knew that this is it. This is your chance. Go, go, go. The dude's moving though. We got this guy here, past him, and then coming up into the grass, taking the hop. All right, who do we got here? It's getting really dark, it's hard to see. I haven't actually got to watch all this footage, so now we're getting to see it. It's not super bad. Don't know that dude. Maybe I was a little sketchy about trying to pass him. He has a nice pace though. The dude's got a nice pace. Damn, that other guy looks like he's gone. Did he totally ditch me? Whoa, crazy. Dude just started going. All right. This dude's hitting it in the heavy gear for sure. I think I'm trying to, just probably sitting there thinking like, when are you gonna pass this dude? Are you gonna pass this dude? And how are you gonna pass this dude? Oh man. Inside maybe? No? Oh yeah, I was thinking about it. Here we go, right here. Bam! Alright, let's get on that dude. Where's that guy at? Do I catch him? I could have swore this dude got tired and I ended up catching him before the end of the race. Is that him right there? Let's see. Oh dude, is that him? I don't think that's him. No, I don't think. It looks like mountain bikers. He's sitting up. Oh yeah, these are the kids. They're just chilling. And I think I told them on their right. Yeah, okay, yeah, I remember passing these dudes. Dude, I think that guy's gone. Damn, I got passed by another dude. Ooh, is that him right there? Remember these guys, like I hit my brakes actually because those guys were like, thank you. And the guy's like, yeah, thanks for coming out. And I had to slow down big time because they were running across the course. Is this the dude? Did he get tired? No, it doesn't look like him. Oh, dude, I think that dude totally dropped me. It sucks. Well, I'm gonna do better. And here, eventually, if I can get a few races in, I'm gonna freaking win a race. I know I'm gonna win a B's race, and then when I do, I'm gonna take on the A's and up my game. I'm gonna race some A races, but I'm gonna race B's first. So I'm gonna always do a B race first, and then jump into the A's to up my fitness level. And then when I win a B's race, I'll go straight to the A's and I'll start racing the A's all the time. But I want to win a B's race before I go up into the A's. You know, first race as a Cat 5 I won. Second race as a Cat 5 I won. I won the first 2 races I ever did at Early Bird. So those don't technically count, but it's a race. I won those. And then I got 4th place, I think, in Lamb Park, which was my first crit. And, you know, then I got into the 4s, and I won Lamb Park crit. And then I got into the 3s, and I won Lodi crit, my hometown. And then since then, I haven't really won anything. I won some track bike races. But, yeah. It's just being an athlete is an endless progression, and you have to learn how to lose. But that's the race, everybody. Thank you for surviving 39 minutes and 45 seconds with me. Up and over the hurdle. Hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you on the next ride. Have a great night.